Okay. So we good. We moving and grooving. So I guess they finally accepted my payment and all that, and maybe it just took a minute. Okay, so moving along, I just call this part 2. Because I mentioned if you follow me all the way to the end of the 14-minute video I just did, you know why I stopped it. So to pick up right where we left off, as far as women. So yeah, you don't, the women, you don't want a man who's soft, like I said, or a punk or anything like that. And like I said, not putting a negative aspect on that, because you always have to grow. Sometimes you might have to be a punk a little bit or be soft for a little bit to learn how to develop something. Maybe if you thought or you was like, tough and, I don't need to take this, I don't need to learn this, source works in a lot of different ways. So anyway, I'm just saying that to say, don't judge people when they say, they're trying to get tougher. Like I say, you can call them a thug or whatever, because you need street smarts. I don't care if you ever never plan on going to the streets. Streets might come to your ass. I'm just saying, you don't know. So it's always better to do what? One of my favorite words, prepared. Prepared is the word. Be prepared would be 2, not with it. So, just like I have on, and it's a reason. I have on 2 watches, 2 chains. It's a reason for that. Because, like I say, what we're talking about now is that word, what we're talking about is the best of both worlds. Balance. When you get hot, cold, good, bad, happy, sad, the two different poles, the combination of that. So love, what is perfect love? There's learning to love, how you express your love, just being the most loving. It's like, boy, that's just a happy-go-lucky person. Why is he so happy all the time? Because you just feel with love. And it spreads. And then when it spreads like a boomerang, then you can receive more and more of it. Like I was talking about money. I'm going to get to a little bit of that later as well. But, you can receive it. You transmute it. That's the money. That's energy. Everything is energy. So you just different variations of that energy. Some higher, some lower. But you transmute it. You're giving it that way you can receive it. All that good love. But right there too, you have some very hateful people in this world. And let me be very clear about one thing. When I was talking about boxing and your opponent, I'm not saying anything out here is your opponent or isn't. But what I'm saying, to be very clear, just how you came, I always talk about purpose. Just how you came for a purpose, these people came for a purpose. Whoever these people might be or who you consider it to be, I don't know. But these people came for a purpose. They've been training that for years and years, and they are going to get better daily, so you'll get better daily. That's what I'm saying. So rather than, oh man, you just won't believe, we ain't got no hope. It's, oh my God. It's like, study it, study them, study the history, okay. Like I notice a lot of boxers have fathers that might buy, that box before. Even study them. Study what they have, because genetics, how, things pass along. And, you want to study them as well. See what their moves are. See what their agenda was. Did I say agenda? I'm sorry. What? I'm getting talking about boxing. So, just see. Just study. So, but at the same time, take time to enjoy yourself. I always put that in there where somebody told me that. So back to it, if you want. Back to it. That love and that warrior. Not love and hate. Not saying you have to hate to be a warrior, but I'm just saying it for purposes of you understanding it. So yeah, that perfect love mixed with that perfect warrior. I was training one of my little cousins, and as we were lifting, I just kept saying, warrior, just wipe it up, warrior. And I'm just wondering, like, where did that come from? But yeah, training like a warrior. Some people call it a beast, whatever you choose to call it. But just like I said, just getting, I'm trying to get more. I had lost my passion for it, because Anybody who knew me knew, and I know I jumped a little bit, but knew I love working out. That's me. I ain't even gonna be in the gym. That's how I cleared my head. That's what I love to do. I was like Goku. I was all I wanted to do is get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, bigger, 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 more muscle, baby. And a lot of people be like, man, you bench like 500 pounds, man. 565, man. How strong are you trying to get? As strong I can. I said, I thought people had a mental disability if they ever said, hey, I'm good just benching this. I'm like, yeah, you say that now. Or I'm good just being this size. It's like, man, whatever. Are you crazy? But you know what? To be honest now, like I say, that's why once that kind of went away, I kind of lost my passion for it. But because you have to have some type of goal you're setting. But now I don't think it's so crazy. Because honestly now, like I said, and this is a bit depending on where you are working out, but 400, yeah, as long as I'm 400, I'm good. Even 350, I'm not even going to strive for strength anymore. I feel I should, always be hitting around that amount till I get to at least a certain age, maybe. But in size, it's like because I want to be able to move. And sometimes you have to, it's some big boys out there that can move fast. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is for me, I want to be able, my agility, because I've always been like that too, where I could bench with the big boys in there. But if it's something like dips and all the body weight, I can go right at it with them too. Not the top. I might not be at the top of it. But you're not going to make me look bad. I'm right there. So not being too big, I noticed, I have more agility. My moves are quicker. My fast twitch muscles. Learning about that type of stuff. How the athletes can do what they do. If you ever just study them for a little bit, they work on the hip flexors and every aspect of their body. So sometimes in spirituality, we get caught up with the chakras and you do need to, not saying nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying it's levels to this, and you have to be in shape as well. You don't have to take it to the extreme, like me. When I was talking about extremists, I'm not talking about you going and, like I said, loading, getting a big thing of change and buying 1 billion shotguns and all that. I'm not talking about that extreme. I'm talking about as far as, like I said, being able to literally take my hand and rip somebody hard, clean out their chest. That's me. I want, because I feel that's just my calling. I want to be the most loving person. Like, boy, hey, I got to keep going at it. Somebody, like, not competing, but just saying for me, just being the most loving person I even can be. Just working and just showing love to a perfect form. And then putting just as much effort into being that warrior. Just as much effort. Because that's me. Like I said, I've always been right in the middle. So, that's my balance. But at the same time, it's an aspect of me that has to have a good time. So it can't be all, okay, well, just study, work out, work with my weapons. And, it can't be all that all day and then not take any time for my soul, any time to just, heck, like I said, with food. I understand there's a lot of vegans out there, and I'm not even about to go there. I'm sticking, I already have videos about that. Sometimes eating me a good hamburger, getting me some good beef. I'm an omnivore. So sometimes, like I said, I just need that to grind. Just be like, okay, just need me a nice, big, juicy cheeseburger. Good steak or something, you know. But yeah, so I'm going to end this message in probably about 10 minutes. I'm going to try to give about 10 minutes more of this. It's time now, since I've just been riding, I'm going to give a little backup, gave me a little Googling. So, in English, we were talking about the Mercaba. So I spelled it M-A-C-A-R-B-A. I had to spell a little different so it'll pop up. But in English, it means to mark. I was like, dang, that's deep. I didn't know that. And what's even funnier Not to jump, but I'm just saying I have boxes and boxes of information from when I was studying like 10 hours a day for like 2 years straight, and that I probably forgot. So I probably got it somewhere and just forgot about it. But as far as remembrance, yeah, because I couldn't remember like I do now for some reason. But yeah, some reason. But yeah, 2 mark. So in English, 2 mark, Mercaba, 2 mark. In the Urban Dictionary, I don't know if you guys ever get with that, but just like I said, some fun facts. It was to welcome. Welcome, to welcome somebody. Another one where, hold on, in the Arabic, hold on, where did it say? Bear with me. I should get that. What was it? 100 years later. It was SpongeBob. Hold on. Okay, anyway, so in Arabic, I kind of remember what it said. It was saying it was kind of just being normal, natural, normal. Actually put in there, some people consider it soft or something like that. But that's what it was saying in the Arabic. Now, in the Hebrew, now this is in the correct spelling. In the Hebrew, it was the divine light. Those in tune with the higher realms, and it meant myrrh. Light is myrrh as well. So, which means, like I said, yeah, that means light. So it's the myrrh, but this is divine light. So, I have more right here, but now that made me think of something else that I wanted to talk about on this subject. So, Aaron, the Aaronly priesthood, for, like I said, people that's in the Bible or something like that. I talked about that before, and I said this is not an Aaronly priesthood, a manly priesthood. No one has to appoint me to be able to discuss what I discuss or my title. This is a spiritual priesthood, a priesthood of Melchizedek, like Christ. Nah. Like I said, I'm evolving every day, so now I have to piggyback on that a little bit. The way I phrased that, it came off as if I was downing a manly priesthood, and I'm not doing that. Like I say, I don't look down, I don't look up, boom, boom. I'm normal. But it was, yeah, it may seem like I was down in that, but like I say, when you start in this, I don't care what your calling might be. I don't know what your calling might be, but I do care. But anyway, whatever it is, you still have to start at a physical level. Like, what did I say yesterday? Getting your stuff in order. You know how to use the word stuff. Just getting things together, meaning physical. So even if you know, okay, I know I got a higher calling, but you have $20 to your name, you $10,000 in debt, your whole family, I'm telling you, the people you hang around, they're still going to, no matter what awakening you have, they're going to see you the way you are. So what's the most natural thing you do when you awaken? This is why I'm doing this. You say, I don't care what they think about me. And you shouldn't. You say, hey, look, if I got to stand on my own too, I don't care what happened, I'm going to be okay because I know my calling. Okay, I'm not saying that's the right approach. I'm not saying that's the wrong approach. But what I'm saying is I took that approach and it didn't work for me. I can only talk about me to help people maybe avoid some of this. Because after I said all that, after times got so hard, because I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, now I'm looking like, okay, so where are you, Source? Like, you told me I had this calling and I'm doing everything I know to do, so what's going on? But like I mentioned yesterday too, I'm the Source, like I said, that's what I said. So it's like, I gave you everything you need. But everything, we're not all, if we were just completely 100% spirit, see, we having a physical experience. So if we don't learn how to take care of it here, that's why we're in this experience. Because if we were just going to do 100% spirit, we wouldn't be here. What would be the point? If it was something we obviously needed to learn. So obviously if it's something in the physical we need to learn, we may have to just what? Learn it physically. So I'm meaning that to say learning how to conquer and master the physical, grounding yourself, taking care of learning how to manage money, start business, the physical things. So when people say, okay, man, he got like 10 cars, and not saying that it's just about money, but what I'm saying is once you master something, it's going to show. So you're like, man, he got houses, cars, this. That's why a lot of people have things, and they may be in church or whatever. You say, well, man, I thought church was for suckers. I thought, well, whether you think it is or it isn't, that's not for me to decide. But at the same time, certain principles work, and it's physical. So you learn good physical, make good choices. You learn good physical actions and things of that sort. It's going to show. You're going to reap things. You're going to have good fruit, good choices, good fruit. So the Bible does teach good choices. Do you see what I mean? So, like I said, whether you agree with that or not, it's just, it is what it is. Now, some people, on the other hand, go and be in the same financial predicament their whole life. Can't really do much, and giving all their money away. I don't agree with that type of stuff at all. But I'm just saying, you can't look at one aspect of something and say that's all, because it's not. Now, back to what I was saying as far as getting the physical together, grounding. So, yeah, you still, want to do your studying, you still want to do things like that, but as you're preparing, you have to balance it. Like I said, balance. You're still trying to grow, because if you don't have any money, you don't have any resources, you don't have any power, what can you do? Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? What can you really do? So, another thing I want to mention. So some people say, okay, well, look, I don't want to be in Babylon or America, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to leave. Hey, I'm going to live off the land. I don't need, hey, I'm good. And I understand that as well. Hey, I'm not mad at you. But I'm just saying, for people who are here, for people who have bills, child support, things of that sort, when you start, it is good to learn and take those good things, that good thing that you're feeling, and those things that you're learning, and have them reap fruit for you. So as you're sharing it, like I said, while I'm putting, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute, on my account for money and having a lot of pay-per-view shows and things of that sort, books, that's exactly why. I'm gonna share it, but I want to transmute it, because I don't want to hurt myself nor you. Transmute it to you, because you can't buy anything from me. It's another thing. You can't buy. And I know I'm talking about the Mercaba, and I'm talking about the melanated deck, Melchizidec, but I'm going to say this real quick. Yeah, you can't buy anything from me as far as this, because, see, it's not for sale. I'm not selling anything. Let me clear this up. I'm offering it, and I'm going to explain it different. I'm offering my services, some of my products and things of that sort. I'm not selling it. I'm offering it. I don't need to market it. I'm offering it, and I'm going to let you know how, and because you got to spread the word. And you're thinking, well, what the heck's the difference? I'm going to get to it. And the reason you can't buy it is because it's not yours. See, you can pay for it. You pay with your energy, money, and your attention. And if it's something that works for you and you incorporate it into your everyday life and you say, okay, this works, see it works, then you tell somebody else about it. And you spread it. That's how you pay me. And you spread it. You're transmuting this information. And not only are you transmuting it, you're taking it, and whatever your gift is, you're expanding upon your gift with this information, making your gift better, and possibly sharing yours with me so I can make mine better. Now we're making some common sense. Dollars and cents, we have something in common. and we're making sense. See, these words mean things, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't really have to, after you're in it for so long, I truly feel that, like I said, I can't say I know because I haven't done this yet. So I'm not going to say anything I haven't done. But I do feel that that's how you grow. That's how you get your fruit. You transmuting this. So you don't have to market. The word market is, see, the reason I don't like to really use that word market is because, and I like to use the word share, it offer, because see, marketing, I was a trainer. I did a lot of other things that dealt with marketing. And all of them talked about a back door. Not in words, but the information. How to say things to get to people that they don't even know. That's a good salesman, so they can hit right in the back door. I don't want to get my gamesmanship, and it's not about morals and all that. It's not about that. I just, for me and what I'm here to do, I don't feel that that's the way of going about it. So, like I said, you put a big smile on your face, you give a sob story, you know the right verbs to use. I'm telling you, it's power in words, y'all. It's power in words, death in life. Right words to use and all, and everything. And not saying nothing wrong with that. You grow to it. But what I'm saying, I'm not gonna game you. See, that's what I'm looking for. Bingo. I feel marketing is gaming. And I don't want to game you. I want to offer it to you with no games. I'm not here to play games. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because this is, all truths or half truths, this is a game that you do need to know how to play. But then again, it's not. It's not no game. Do you understand? I know that's something for you to wrap your brain around, but hey. So that's where we stand as far as financially. When I say you can't buy anything, from me. None of my information, you can pay for it. And that I'm gonna do something about expanding more about that, because that right there could make you millions. Knowing the difference between pay, buy, and things of that sort. So especially like if you're dealing with houses and things of that. But I need to get back to this so I can wrap this up. So back to the Mercaba. Also, it's two intersecting tetrahedrons. Now, I'm not going to go into, I do want to say one other thing. The Hebrew Bible mentions it 44 times. And the body also, because a lot of people know that the body, the Bible, and it correlates. Or you should know that. Correlation. So, the central is located in the central center, and then it's 4 substitutions and 4 atoms. So, I'm sorry, not 4 atoms. It's 4 substitutions that are located in the 4 corners. So, they give the example. Okay, the coordination 4. Then it has right here, CKMNO 4. Now, I have the 4 quarter. That's a heck of a coordination. Now, I will say this, like I said, because I'm not here to play no games. I completely blundered that 100% on purpose, because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. That's so much information right there to wrap your mind around, and there's no way in the world that I'm about to take that from you. Because it is powerful in discovering things yourself. Another thing, if I had to mention that. So right there, I blundered the heck out of that. I blundered the heck out of it. Because I wrote it down right verbatim. But people would do what I used to do. Take it, be like, oh, okay, cool, without doing their own due diligence, and it hurt me, and I'm not about to hurt you. So certain things I will throw out there, but certain times I feel led, not only led, I'm using my whole 3-stranded, actually 4, cord. I'm not going to give it to you. Certain things, depending on how deep, I'm just not going to give it to you. And, okay, so back to what I was saying. So that's, the Mercaba, like I say, in and out, which is a lot right there in itself. Now I want to get to a little O. In the tetrahedron also looks like a pyramid. So you have one in your body that's going one direction when it's activated. They say Whoever they is, whoever put that information, I'm just saying what the information said. You choose to or choose not to believe it, 100% to you. But it's going one pyramid going this way in the shape of a pyramid, and then one pyramid going this way. When it says activate, and it's saying that it gives you the ability to, it activates your light, once it's activated, your light body, and you're able to go to different levels of consciousness and levels of realms, different realms, higher realms, once it's activated. It says. Now, Melchizedek, stacking the deck in our favor. Now I want to give about 5 more minutes of that, and then I'm going to wrap this on up. I know I said 10 minutes, but boy, can I talk. So, Melchizedek. Do you notice, like I said, I used to visit churches on the corners sometimes just to come talk, sometimes I enjoyed it, sometimes. And so I had my own church home that I left. But, I would go just to congregate a little bit, and I didn't have a car, so even if I did want to visit my old church, I couldn't. So, I would just go and, talk, and, it was out of every pastor that I ran into, they didn't even know who Melchizedek was. That's how much they really don't mention it in there. They don't make it, it's not really nothing as big as talked about. So it led me to correlating, I love that word, the correlation between someone that important that's not really mentioned to what they call normal. What is normal? Because if most people, they say, okay, most people are broke, most people are ignorant, most people are ignorant, they don't study, do their own due diligence, they just want to survive. Okay, that's lower class. Is that normal? Because if most people are like that, let's say I think believe like 80%, I'll say in Michigan, so let's say, I'll keep it there, say in, or Detroit. So let's say 80% are a certain way. And matter of fact, let's make this bigger. Let's say the state. So I believe they said it was like 60 to 70% lower class, or what really they call it mid, but it's really lower. There's really no mid class. But if that many people are considered lower class, considered ignorant, considered this, and okay, then wouldn't that be average? If the more people, so is doing that, wouldn't that make it average? But that's not what they was promoted as average and normal. It's something different. I'm just saying something to think about. So who really determines what's average and normal, and what's not? Because me personally, like I say, this is just speaking for me personally, I don't need to be famous. I don't need to, like I say, that's my calling. I just want to do what I was sent here to do. But let me finish. But I'm saying I never really cared. Like I said, I met people, celebrities or whatever. If I spoke. And, it's just like it never really impressed me. I never really had aspirations to do all that. I just wanted a nice house, a wife, some kids. I don't really like animals. I don't know why I feel bad about that. I shouldn't. I just don't. But no animals. So not the white picket fence with the dog. But I'm just saying, that, and just in a good relationship, with my wife and her family and my family. That's all I really ever wanted, even as a kid. When I was young, that's all I ever wanted. So what they call per se normal. That was cool with me. Why is normal not cool with people? I don't get that. I'm not saying don't always aspire to get better. All my messages is about getting better and being prepared. But I'm just saying, have you not noticed that no matter what you get, and the more you get used to it after about 3 or 4 days, and it's just more stuff you gotta take care of that you could possibly lose or whatever. But it's just like the happiness go right back to where it was. So it's like the happiness obviously doesn't come from material, even though material is good to have. Because like I said, you want abundance. So definitely don't get me wrong. But as you better yourself, it just comes. And that I can say. So I'm just, I don't know, just maybe somebody, I'm sure they different, but I'm just saying for me, yeah, what's so bad about normal? Because I think the word normal got a really, really bad rep. Because when people hear of normal and average, you have all the more, you're not gonna, you want it to be average, you want it, and they just sticking it in, just going in. And not nothing with them, because the words, we speak English, the words, but average, normal. You wasn't here to do that, you're here to be great. You can't do both. What do you consider great? I'm just saying, I'm here to make you think. That's it. I'm just saying, that's what this channel is about. Who said you can't be great and be average and normal? And whoever said it, why is it that so many celebrities and people most people consider nothing wrong with, in high regard, one of the main things they say, I'm just an average normal person just like me and you. I'm average just like, I'm just like every day just like me and you. Oh, okay. Are you great? Because I'm not getting it. You say don't be average, be great. But when we most times when they're on somewhere and they're talking, they're saying I'm average just like me and you. I come from the streets like this. Da 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 da. I'm just saying something to think about. Something to think about. Or is it the material that makes them unaverage? Like, okay, well, they got mansions and cars and all this. Not saying you will or you won't, I will or I won't have it. I'm just saying, is that what makes them great? Is it the gift that makes them great? I'm asking. What makes them great, and then but at the same time, they still average just like me and you? I'm just curious about that. Moving along. So that's another point. Where that came from, I don't know. But that was another point in this message that I really wanted to talk about. I think it's because of the two words that I was using. A lot of those were associated with just normal. Some people, things that some people might just look completely past or, depending. But I'm just saying, never feel bad about whatever position that you're in because someone says it's, it's normal or it's, you know what I mean? Or, you a loser or you this. That's the main thing I'm trying to hit on. Just, when you know who you are, you don't have to worry about things like that because you know who you are. But not only that, how you don't worry about things like that, you're always striving to get better. So when you're always striving to get better, you're evolving, you are good. You're right where you need to be. So you never let anybody put you down or, make you feel less than. I don't care, I don't care who it is. Because another thing, you really, not saying, because I don't buy into all that stuff that be on the internet all the time. So I'm not saying that you have to go through certain things to become a celebrity. Definitely not saying you don't either. But what I'm saying is, don't let anybody make you feel less than because it is a chance that they might know people, bloodlines, or might have to do certain things to get to that level. So I'm just saying, don't ever feel bad about wherever you are. You're right where you need to be. Moving along. The mark. I always talk about marks and, of course, a mark, because I wanted to go more in depth about that. Like I said, in English, it was mark. So, whenever we see marks, you just think about the mark on the forehead or the mark of the beast or my 144,000 will be marked. So, whatever that is to you, that's what I call homework. Check into that. Just see what it means to you. I'm going to do the same thing. Once I finish these shows, I kind of want to dig into that a little bit more because I feel it can mean so many other things as well. So I just really want to dig into that. I feel led to share that with you guys as well. Always continue to work on your craft and know that you're an individual. So anytime, this is just my recommendation, any channel that you might be watching that's trying, like in their mind, it could be really from the heart saying, look, 7-day vegan challenge, 2-week vegan challenge, let's do it. you really need to look more into it. If you feel led to do it, then you should do it. Like if you felt led to do that, then you watch something, and then you was like, oh wow. Sometimes you got to be careful with that too. But that could have been confirmation, and you feel it strong enough, your intuition, your solar plexus muscles, that you should do that. Then by all means, hey, maybe go for it. But just because that's what's being promoted, and because you study plants and you say, okay, well, you eat meat, that's secondhand protein. Nikola Tesla, that's why he said he doesn't eat meat. You eat the cows and all that, they eat the grass, then you get the secondhand protein. So just go get the first hand by eating all the dark green vegetables, which I definitely recommend dark green vegetables. And I looked into that. I'm not mad at you. They always talk about ascending, and you're lighter, and things of that sort. I get all that. I get it. Trust me, I do. But what I'm just saying is, don't buy into everything just because of that. Also look at, like I said, eating for your blood type, which I'm a huge promoter of. Eating for your shape, endomorph, ectomorph, is one more. Eating for that, because one, like for me, one might require meat, and I know, none require meat. Not even saying pork, but one might require meat, and the other might require vegetables. One, some electric or magnetic, depending. But let's make this make sense. Everything I tend to do is based off me as an individual, and I know the way I felt, the way I looked, the way I was able to verbalize things and communicate, my strength. It never worked for me going 100% vegan. I tried to be, everything they promoted, trust me, I'm telling you, I've tried it. And I understand they had doctors and everything else on there that, backed it up. Ones that were really profound, that's, above all, I guess, the regular doctors. It was saying, no, whoever says you need meat, that's just an agenda that they pushing. And I'm not saying that's not true, because in parts of that I do believe. But what I'm saying is, I feel just like they used to do back in the day, they would give love to their animals. And they love their animals. And it's like it's the circle of life. And those animals were glad. They feel, I'm just saying, with the love, knowing that, they were loved, they were taken care of, and now they're going to go into, to be eaten. It's like vegetables, like I say, who's saying that these animals or us is better than these plants? I'm telling you, I make you think. So I'm just saying that, matter of fact, let me stop right there for some, because let me stop right there for just one. People, like, we call them, other people know that mess. Look, I don't judge, but Source will have to really work with me on stuff like that. Let me clarify that. We were not sent here to be eaten. Okay, Omnisource is not retarded. So animals and certain things, like I said, it was a cycle. But I think it got taken advantage of, because rather than people loving those animals and you eating them in a state of love, it turned into a complete business, and they were killed in fear. And then you would take that fear. I get it. That's what I'm saying. You would take that fear into you, and it plays. So trust me, I get it. But there are, which I will be, I'm going to be posting a video on that as well. There are places you can get good meat from that, are completely grass-fed and things of that sort, if you're like me, and you really need to ingest that into your diet. And what I do, and I stated this on another video, I cleanse. And I notice I'm in so much better shape by cleansing regularly and eating meat than I was without doing it. And for people that talk about ascension, and I heard this mentioned on another video by this guy from New Life Tools, which I recommend. I tried some of this stuff, it worked. I want to touch bases with him. I haven't had a chance to yet. If you guys get a chance, definitely check that channel out. I'm not promoting everything because we're different people, but I'm just saying certain things resonated with me. As at this point, I'm not really big on magic and all that right now. Like I said, I'm just getting my physical status and things up. So I don't know what might be carried on from that point, but I don't judge it either. But he did have enough that things that I've tried that worked where I would, I would recommend his show. But moving along, as far as, we talking about animals, but yeah, as far as the animal thing, he mentioned on there as well. A lot of people, seeing he has a much bigger following than me. I'm just starting, but they would, tell him, yeah, man, you should stop eating the meat, But like we said, if you're really trying to sin and you're just really on it like that, and you're, such a guru, then you would be a breatharian. You wouldn't eat anything. You'll work your way just doing that. I mentioned that on one of my other videos. I don't know if it's still up. I took it off. Honestly, you know what? We're watching. I didn't know this because, like I said, I'm just. That's what another reason I grounded. But I channeled for the first time. Well, that I recorded. If it's still up, take a look at that video. And I actually channeled who it was, but yeah, I channeled that, which is good information. I always breatharians. Like I said, I didn't even know the name of it until a few months ago. And I always just knew once I got awoken how to breathe and how to do it properly. Never studied it, never seen a video. But I was like, man, I wasn't hungry. I was like, man, this air is really just filling me up. How we got on this is beyond me. But like I said, if you really just trying to sin, look, there's some serious stuff out here. So, not only that, they put stuff in plants too. So you'll be breatharian, or one step from that, juicing and, just eating stuff fresh from the garden. And so I'm just saying, do things because you feel led. And because it's like I said, your gut is telling you to do it, not because someone else is just pushing that. You know what I mean? Because now, as far as pork and, like I said, the animals killed in fear, I really, if money might be tight, I really would think about maybe trying to get out of that. That I will recommend, and cleansing, and then I'm gonna end it with that. If you eating Burger King and all that fast food and all that stuff, you already, come on, we intelligent enough to know what's in that stuff. Just cleanse. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't let nobody else beat you up about it. Just cleanse and do the best that you can do. Love.